Attention all men. We have a serious issue to address. It's not a new problem, but it's one that demands urgent attention. It's called simping, and it's taking over our society faster than you can say nice guy syndrome. But fear not, because today we're going to tackle the issue head on with a no-holds-barred discussion about what it means to be a man in today's world. You see, simping is not just a harmless pastime or a quirky personality trait. It's a serious issue that affects relationships, self-esteem, and even mental health. It's the reason why so many guys end up getting friend-zoned or stuck in toxic relationships, always putting their partner's needs before their own. But it doesn't have to be this way. We can break free from the chains of simping and embrace our own masculinity in all its glory. We can learn to assert ourselves, set boundaries, and pursue our goals with passion and determination. So if you're tired of being a simp, if you're ready to reclaim your manhood and stand up for yourself, then buckle up and get ready for an eye-opening journey. Here are 7 tips that will help you stop being a simp and become a man worthy of respect instead. 7. Stop doing unprompted favors. The classic nice guy move. Doing unmasked favors for someone you're interested in the hopes of winning their affection. Whether it's offering to carry their books, buying them drinks, or doing their homework for them. These acts of kindness may seem harmless on the surface, but they can actually do more harm than good. First of all, doing unprompted favors can make you come across as needy and desperate, which is a major turnoff for most people. It also sends the message that you don't value your time or your own needs, and that you're willing to put everything on hold just to please someone else. A healthy relationship requires a give and take. Once you notice the person you're going a mile for is not willing to move an inch on your behalf, you need to take a step back. You also have to gauge the level of favors you perform, out of the goodness of your heart. It's probably okay to grab a bagel for her on the way to work, but trudging through a blizzard just to shovel snow off the driveway for her just because she asked? In the middle of a snowstorm? That reeks of simping behavior. So what should you do instead? Simple. Don't do unasked favors. Focus on building a relationship based on mutual respect, shared interests, and open communication. If someone asks for your help, by all means, lend them a hand if you can. But don't go out of your way doing things for them without being prompted. 6. Set some boundaries for yourself. Boundaries. We can't stress this enough, so we'll say it again. Set boundaries for yourself early on and make sure to stick to them. You see, one of the main problems with simping is that it often includes putting the other person's needs and desires before your own, to the point where you sacrifice your own well-being and dignity. This can happen when you don't have clear boundaries or when you feel like you're not allowed to say no. When you set boundaries, you're essentially saying, hey, I respect myself and my needs, and I expect you to respect them too. This sends a powerful message that you're not willing to be a doormat or a pushover, and that you're capable of making your own decisions. Setting a limit on the number of gifts you purchase, as well as a spending limit, would do wonders to getting you out of the simp hole. Apart from spending, you can also reduce the amount of time you spend talking to them, the number of compliments you pay them, and the conversational prompts you insert to keep the conversation going. These are all small but solid steps that you can take to slowly extract yourself from the simp corner you've been regulated to. A couple of other boundaries you can set that would work wonders for you are splitting the bill when you hang out, or even when you're on a date. Do not drop everything to be at their beck and call anymore. You are a person with other interests and hobbies. Act like it. Do not double text if she does not respond. You can easily switch to other social media platforms and distract yourself from the happenings on any of the other social media platforms. Remember, you are the prize, not her. If she wants to talk to you, she will reply to your texts. 5. Don't be constantly available. We live in a world where we're expected to be constantly available, whether it's through our phones, social media, or email. But being constantly available can be a hindrance to healthy relationships, especially if you're trying to avoid simping. When you're constantly available, you're sending a message that your time and attention are not valuable or scarce. This can make you appear desperate or needy, which can be a turnoff to others. It also makes it harder for you to set boundaries and prioritize your own needs. Dropping everything to be at the beck and call of the object of your affection reeks terribly of simping behavior. There's no way that sort of attitude would earn you the respect of the woman you so badly wish to impress. The truth is, if you were constantly dropping everything to attend to the needs of the woman, she would have no respect for you in your lie. And why should she, when you too have very little regard for yourself? Don't drop everything else when she calls. Show your independence by engaging in activities without her, like going out with friends or pursuing hobbies. This way, she will see that you have a life of your own. 4. Stop looking for validation from women. Tying your self-worth and the opinions of others is bad enough. But tying your self-worth to the approval of a woman is a recipe for disaster. Women are like wolfhounds when it comes to sniffing out neediness. They have a sixth sense for it and will flee from it as fast as they can. Gentlemen, if you want to stop simping and truly embrace your masculinity, you need to stop looking for validation from women, stop seeking approval and acceptance from others, and instead find it within yourself. When you constantly seek validation from women, you're essentially giving them power over your self-esteem and self-worth. You're allowing their opinions to dictate how you feel about yourself. You are quite literally placing your life into their hands, and that never ends well. To truly embrace your masculinity, you need to build your own self-confidence and rely on your own opinion of yourself. You need to set your own goals and priorities, and pursue activities and hobbies that make you happy and fulfilled. Confident people do not need approval from others to raise their heads high and maintain their self-esteem. The words and opinions of others do not dent their opinion of themselves, nor does it get in the way of how they view themselves. If a woman does not like you back, who cares? It's her loss. After all, not everyone recognizes the value of gold. 3. Be chivalrous, but just so much. Chivalry is a great thing. Poets have written about it for centuries, and cultures around the world embrace it. But as with anything, too much of it can backfire on you. When you go overboard with your acts of chivalry and generosity, you may come off as desperate and basically give women an invitation to walk all over you. When it comes to chivalry, less is more. Make sure to give the right signals at the right time, but avoid overdoing it. 2. Distance yourself from your crush. Gentlemen, it's time to face the facts. If you're constantly simping over your crush, you're not doing yourself any favors. In fact, it's time to distance yourself from your crush and break the cycle of simping. When you're constantly thinking about and pursuing your crush, you're putting her on a pedestal and giving her power over your emotions. Now, while the love movies might make it seem like the guy that pursues relentlessly wins the girl in the end, this isn't always true. In fact, if anything, you're sending an invitation to walk all over you. So take a step back and distance yourself from your crush. Stop treating her like she's the only one in the world and start living your life again. Pursuing other interests, connecting with your friends and family, spending time outdoors, do anything that makes you feel alive again. The more time you spend on other activities, the less time you have to fall back on your old disgraceful simping patterns. 1. Be complete by yourself. Brothers, simping happens for one simple reason: the need to be complete. The problem is, you can't be truly happy and fulfilled simply by relying on someone else in your life. Despite what that small scary voice is telling you, you do not need anyone to complete you. You do not need a date to make you happy. You do not need a girlfriend to have a reason to live. You might feel like everyone has a significant other except you, but that does not matter. What you do need to do is focus on you and rediscover your strengths. A partner is not everything. As long as you have your family and friends who love you and appreciate you as you are, you're fine. You can always make more friends and improve who you are as a person. Simping is simply not the way to live as a man. As we come to the end of the video, ask yourself this: what kind of man do I want to be remembered as? A weak disgrace who bends over backwards to please others, or a strong and independent man who knows what he wants? It's up to you. Be honest with yourself. Find the answer and start making a difference in your own life. Make that first step and never look back. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like it, subscribe to our channel, and be sure to watch this video.